Loved him in Breaking Bad. Currently in Better Call Saul, for which he's been nominated for an Emmy. Maze Runner fans love this guy as well. And I could go on and on about your filmography, but I want to talk about also Jett on Cinemax, a title character played by Carlo Gugino. However, she gets mixed up with the man to my right, the man who plays Charlie Baudelaire in this great show on Cinemax Friday nights at 10. Good to see you, Giancarlo Esposito.
Great to see you. Great to see you, Rich. Great to be back.
Good to see you, sir. So let's just real briefly talk about our team, which is not just Epics, which we'll get to in a second, but the New York Yankees, who, again, you grew up on this team, correct?
I sure did.
Right around the corner, correct?
Right around the corner.
And it just seems to me that this team is just it's been red hot lately. So
red hot. You know, all these young guys that are on the team, all of our starters have just went down with injuries here, there, and everywhere.
Including your namesake, Giancarlo Stanton.
That hurt me. That hurt me. Because
almost as much as him.
Absolutely. And he's out for a while, isn't he?
He's how many at-bats has he had this year? Like 10? It's been,
maybe.
Yes. I don't know when he's coming back.
What a
honestly.
shame. But the Young Bucks have stepped up and really pulled this team out.
Right.
They've come together in a really rejuvenated fashion, and they've had some pretty long games that they've had to fight back. You know?
I know. The 5-hour one. It was so crazy this week. How many at bats has he had this year?
He has 38 plate appearances.
That's crazy.
31 at bats.
That's crazy.
And
really crazy.
they've got. Let me get this accurate. They have an 11-game lead on the Red Sox going into a 4-game series.
Doing quite phenomenal
in Fenway Park.
Wow.
And that to me, and Mariano Rivera went into the Hall of Fame as the first unanimously selected player.
Unbelievable. I mean, you figure that history had been made.
Right.
But that's a hard one to get into, the Hall of Fame, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
You try again.
I know.
But he's a classy guy with an incredible record that may not be surpassed.
Right.
652 saves. Now, I have to ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Did he start as a starter?
He did.
He did. So my childhood memory of that is correct.
He is, yes. He started in 95 and as a starter. And, when he got unanimously selected to the Hall of Fame on his first shot earlier this year, we had Joe Torre on the show. Because, we try to go straight up the flow chart best we can.
Well, he went right to the top.
I went right to the top. And he started talking about how early in 96, when he first got the job, that they didn't know what they had in Mariano. And they also were nervous about their new rookie shortstop named Derek Jeter being able to handle the gig every single day as a rookie. So they almost traded Rivera to Seattle for a shortstop, Felix Fermin. And I almost just broke into a cold sweat over that being anywhere near remotely possible.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And
Can you imagine?
And we had David Cohn on the other day talking about Rivera, and he said that Rivera is the difference between him having 1 World Series ring and 4.
Wow. What great credit that is.
Because, I mean, he's just the all-time best.
They did the right thing with him.
Yes.
What if they kept him as a starter? Would he have gotten injured? Would he have made it the history he's made?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, he put people to sleep on that mound. The Sandman just did it all the way around.
Right.
But what I loved about him was he always carried himself with grace and aplomb, and he's humble. And I love humble people.
Yeah, and English is a second language, and here his speech was remarkable. I know.
Truly.
It really is great. Who was your Yankee growing up?
Oh, Thurman Munson. I was a catcher when I played Little League.
Is that right?
And I loved Thurman Munson. I just loved the way he played. I loved that he had his physicality.
Yes.
He was just a tough egg. I really dug him.
Yeah, I know. I remember where I was when I learned about his passing. And I think about him all the time because we're going to Canton, Ohio. That's the airport where he passed away. That's where the Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame is.
Wow,
that's
know. Right.
So it's I think of him every single time I land in Canton Airport. I was so broken up about him.
I was too. Great player. Really great player.
Giancarlo Esposito here on the Rich Eisen Show. Before we get to Jett, I am going to do my usual geek out with you here.
Please.
Better Call Saul. Are you shooting it right now?
We are.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay.
Right now.
And obviously, you'd have to kill me before you gave me anything, any information. But I'm getting
You
the
really asked me
Gustavo
that.
look right there. I just wet myself. I'm not going to lie. That actually just happened.
We've got a great show in Saul. We really do. We're in our 5th season. The writing keeps getting better and better and better.
Yes.
Bob Odenkirk, who, congratulations to Bob and Jonathan as well, who are also nominated for Emmys for this 4th season. The 5th season is just coming closer and closer to Breaking Bad, and it gets a little more frightening with every episode we shoot. These guys are brilliant, I have to say.
Well, it is brilliant too, because the only thing I can equate it to is seeing, let's just say, the movie Miracle, right? I know how it's going to work out for all the characters in the movie Miracle. I know that they're going to beat the Russians and win the Miracle on Ice gold medal eventually. But I'm on the edge of my seat.
Absolutely.
I know what's going to happen to your character and every other character, but I'm on the edge of my seat. And I want to know what this journey is all about and how they wound up being the characters that we all, fell in love with or were downright frightened of in Breaking Bad.
Absolutely. I'm going backwards, as you know what happened to me already. I'm going backwards and playing a little bit younger, a little more naive, a little more vulnerable, maybe not so hot-headed, maybe more ruthless, maybe a little bit less ruthless. But certainly when you have writers who write a show that's about interaction, about human interaction, then you get some real emotion and some real connection going on. We have a wonderful cast, and it's great to be there with them in this new incarnation. Never imagined I would be back after playing Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad.
Isn't that amazing? Do they know how this all winds up? I mean, obviously we know eventually what Breaking Bad is about, but the connective tissue, how the eventual
I think somewhere in their office, on all of those 3x5 cards they have on the wall, and that they're able to switch around and say, we could do it this way, or this way, I think they have a clear indication of exactly how it's all going to end before we get to Breaking Bad.
You do believe that?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
And it's just, I can't wait. When does this...
One good thing for me is I'm not going to die. How do you like that, baby?
Spoiler alert.
Security.
Spoiler alert.
I know that.
Job security.
There you go, babe.
You don't. I know. There's a handful of you and your fellow actors and actresses that know that you don't have to keep turning the pages to find that out.
Precisely.
Because eventually we're. Well, I don't want to. I keep saying like it's a spoiler alert, but we have an artist rendering of your unfortunate demise that's behind our set every single day. I see you every day.
I love it.
Essentially.
I love it. Keep me in your consciousness.
The Two-Face every single day. All right, let's talk about Jett on Cinemax right now, 10 p.m. Eastern every single Friday, and the finale's coming up in August. You play another well-adjusted individual.
Very well-adjusted.
In charge of a crime, a family. You're a crime boss. What is there something similar that you found? I mean, what attracts you to a role like this one?
I really just wanted to play with Carla Gugino and Sebastian Gutierrez, the director of the piece. They pitched me in a way that was very, very different because so many creative elements go into making a television show, and this one has the noir element of it. I wanted to play this guy as slightly over-the-hill crime boss. Everyone sees it. He does not. He still thinks he's in control. And you mentioned something. Family, crime, family. There's the twist. In this particular show, Charlie has a son who is a wild card. And being so, you can never trust the guy. And so in this family, Charlie underestimates the power of his son and his son's intentions. And I think intention is everything. And when you live your life, you have good intentions, good things come back. Charlie has intentions to make money and to go out of this crime family eventually, but he never gets there.
Never gets there.
Never gets there.
And season 1 is wrapping up, coming up in the early parts of August, Friday, August 9th. So, and you can get in while the getting's good, watching it every single week, or just check things out on demand, 10 p.m. Eastern, Friday nights on Cinemax. Dear White People on Netflix, Friday, August the 2nd. You are the narrator of this. Can you tell people what this is all about?
Oh,
sir?
This show is an interesting show. Justin Simeon, who wrote the show, wrote about an experience of a black university, which is a place where we get to investigate black and white relationships. And I started as a narrator, and they loved what I did, and they asked me to come back and be on camera. But it's a world that we don't see very much of. And it is done in a very comedic way. It's a funny show, interesting, and you should watch it.
Volume 3. coming out on Netflix again, August the 2nd. And Godfather of Harlem, this looks awesome.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you're playing Adam Clayton Powell Jr., and this is on Epix, premiering on September 29th. The cast includes Forrest Whitaker, Vincent D'Onofrio, Paul Sorvino, just to name a few, and you, sir.
I love playing historical characters. I dove in deep for this one to learn more about Adam Clayton Powell and all of the great things he did in his record as a congressman, as the preacher, minister at Abyssinian Baptist Church, as a womanizer, a drinker, rabble-rouser,
yes,
but someone who really cared about the people. 852 bills he passed in Congress and wrote himself, including National Endowment of the Arts, Minimum Wage Act. But when I get into a character that I feel like I have to play a character who's historical, I channel. And so I listen to his speeches. This show is truly terrific, written by Chris Brancato and Paul Eckstein. And Forrest Whitaker is amazing in playing Bumpy Johnson, who is another historical character who tried to wrestle away the prostitution and the drug trade from the mob in Harlem in the 60s.
So I'll ask you this question, since again you're playing so many different types of characters. What do you like to do the most?
What character?
Yeah,
I got to tell you, I love the bad guy. I love the bad guy. Now, Adam Clayton Powell is a good guy. He's fun.
Right.
And that's going to change the audience's view of who I am.
You sure?
Because I have a ball playing this character. He's intelligent, he's smart, he's fun, and he gets the gal.
That works.
It works.
And so out of all, because again, in Better Call Saul, you have the gift, not only being great at what you do, but then to play a character at a different point in the character's life after you thought maybe you never play the character again. Is there another character from your filmography that you'd love to take that crack at?
Oh, my goodness. I can't think of one. Well, yes, there is. Excuse me, Revolution. You know, Revolution, I wasn't finished with that show. I really felt like Eric Kripke, who created that show, and J.J. Abrams were really fabulous, had fabulous vision, and Tom Neville was a guy who was a survivor, and I had a lot more to give. So there is that character. Someone said to me the other day, look, you know, I feel honored because this nomination has been really wonderful for the Emmy. I feel like I've already won because I've been nominated for a character I played in 2 different shows. I didn't even realize it.
Right.
You know, I did Breaking Bad, nominated for that, and now nominated for Better Call Saul. So I feel honored, and I feel like I've already won.
Okay. Well, you deserve it, man. You're so good at it. You are just so good at what you do, and I always appreciate that you stop by here whenever you're promoting whatever
You know, I love coming here. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I sit in that green room, and I watch you.
Okay.
And I learn, and I watch you, and I watch you. And I learn so much about sports because I travel so much, I work so much, that I miss things. So I get filled in by what's happening right now.
I love it.
By Rich Eisen.
I appreciate that.
I mean it.
By the way, I'm available at any time if you want. You know, just
do you know I direct? I direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I got a couple of developments going, and I'm looking at you differently now.
All right. So
Can
now
you even do it?
I can. You want me to act? Are you offering me a role right now?
I want you to act. I think it'd be a new breakthrough for you.
Should I open one of my latest residual check?
I mean, just show him that you got the chops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Give us something,
Can
baby.
you stick around for just one quick more segment?
Of course.
Okay. I've just been told you can't. He's got to go. His people got a poem. Okay. No, his people are saying it's okay. All right. Let's take a break real quick. Just my television only segment. I'm going to open. What I do is I open my residual checks from SAG-AFTRA live on the show. It would be an honor to have you.
It's riveting.
Right.
It's riveting.
Would you mind doing
I'd
that?
love to be here.
Okay. Just again, if you're a director who is offering me a role, which it sounds like you are, I will show you my, if you will, filmography.
And that's proof? Is that proof? Is that enough proof for you guys?
I mean, that's proof. He's been in stuff. That's a fact.
Fantastic.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
Stuff.
So let me just get this right before we throw to break. When we come back, we're going to finish up this show. Giancarlo Esposito will be gone by then, but we'll have a television-only segment with you, sir, where we'll open up my residual checks. The first season of Jett on Cinemax continues on Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out Volume 3 of Dear White People on Netflix Friday, August the 2nd, and then on Epix, Godfather of Harlem, premiering September 29th. I cannot wait to see that. And, of course, you back on the air with whatever you're cooking up right now, and I use that phrase in particular for the next episode and season of Better Call Saul.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's
Thanks for having me.
don't go anywhere. We're back with Giancarlo Esposito on the television side in a second. All right, I've opened my residual checks live on TV before, but never with a man who has 178 film credits to his own. Giancarlo Esposito, are you ready? I'm like nervous and excited to open up my residual checks right next to you right here.
I'm ready.
Okay, roll it, please. We even have a little sting here. Go for it.
Pay that man his money.
Okay. I have an envelope in my left or right hand. Which one should I open?
I want your left.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now you say you have a residual. What's the residual check?
Okay, I did a film called Trading Places many years ago.
I've heard of that. Yes.
Classic movie.
Yes.
Big film. I got a residual check for 1 cent.
Yes!
1 cent. I gotta tell you, I gotta count the years and start deducting.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Wow. Hey, you played a very integral scene with Eddie Murphy from that film. It's very important. Okay.
Give the guy a penny.
Here we go.
All right, what do we got?
The residual check. This is from the movie Like Mike.
All right.
Yes. You remember Like Mike?
That was you.
I would know. I played myself as a Sports Center anchor in Like Mike. Here we go.
Love it.
Here's a residual check. Ladies and gentlemen, it is for $5.36.
Wow.
Right there.
Perfect.
Yes.
Love it.
All right, let me open up. Do I have time to open up one more? Let me see right here. I love that. You got a 1 cent check.
1 cent.
Did you
saved it? You got it. Saved it. Of course I did.
A residual check from
cash
Trading
that.
Places that was 1 single penny. All right, this one is, let's see if this is another Wayback Machine. Disney's The Kid, which is the first movie I ever did.
I love it.
I played myself.
Wait, what movie did you play Stu Scott?
That was in Disney's The Kid.
Yeah,
Stuart Scott and I were in it together as Sports Center anchors, and we credit each other as the other. So I'm credited as Stuart Scott. He's credited as Rich Eisen.
Fun.
I can't believe this. This is from so long ago. $20.87.
Not bad. You're a winner. You're a winner, baby.
I'm a winner. Check out Jett on Cinemax, Fridays at 10 Eastern.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.